In the figure above, the monosaccharide on the top is A, ketopentose, B, aldohexose, C, ketohexose, D, aldopentose, or E, aldoheptose. As you can see, the correct answer is B, but let's figure out why.
So how do we address this question? First step first. We need to count the carbons because basically all these funny sounding words, pentose, hexose, are all numbers. So pentose means 5 carbons and hexose 6 carbons. Now we just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we know it's a hexose. We could already eliminate a couple of these answers. I don't know what you want to do with it. It's fine.
Cross it out, cross it out.
Cross it out. Okay. So complicated, sorry. Now we're left between the choice of aldohexose and ketohexose. Let's look at what a ketone and an aldehyde is. A ketone will be a carbonyl group, which is a carbon that is double bonded to an oxygen with 2 different R groups. And an aldehyde is the same thing, the carbonyl, but one of the R groups is a hydrogen, which we have in the beautiful molecule D-glucose, as you can see. This is the linear version of it. If we go back to our slide and into our question, we have the same molecule in its ring structure. Therefore, we can see that this molecule is an aldohexose. Yay!
Okay, so question number 12. Hydrolysis of the disaccharide above gives the monosaccharides A, ribose and glucose, B, ribose and galactose, C, fructose and glucose, D, fructose and lactose, or E, fructose and ribose. As you can see, we've chosen C, fructose and glucose.
Now, how did we get to that answer? You can see this is the disaccharide. We have to break it up into 2 monosaccharides by adding H2O. So now we have 2 lonely ring structures, which we're going to look at the above one first. Here's a ring structure. Basically, what happens is that carbon number 5 and carbon number 1 share this oxygen. So what we're going to do is that the hydrogen from the hydroxyl group of carbon number 1 will go back to the oxygen of carbon number 5, where it came from. So now we broke that bond, and all we have to do is to fold it back into a horizontal position. So that here we can see this is the aldehyde, and carbon number 5 has his hydroxyl group back. Now we rotate this from the carbon number 1 to the right. We rotate it to 90 degrees, wherever you say that. And then we can recognize this molecule as being D-glucose. Same procedure for the lower version, but now this is a ketone. So it will be bound to carbon number 2 instead of carbon number 1. Here we have the hydroxyl group of carbon number 2 that gives its hydrogen back to carbon number 5. Now we have it here, right? Same procedure, we just fold it back. I never know how to say that. If it's not up, we unfold it. There you go. We unfold it to the beautiful molecule that is D-fructose with its hydroxyl group on carbon number 5 and its ketone on carbon number 2. Going back to the disaccharide, fructose and glucose actually form sucrose. Just for your general knowledge.